So now you understand how rare and special it is to see a total eclipse of the sun. If you were to wait in just one place and wait for a total eclipse, you'd wait hundreds of years. On August 21st, 2017, all of the continental US will see most of the sun covered by the moon. So you may be wondering, if I see a 90% eclipse, is that 90% as good as seeing the total eclipse? No, not at all. There's really no comparison. If you can only see an 80 or 90% eclipse, do it. It's really interesting, but it's the total eclipse that you'll remember your whole life. It's kind of like the difference between seeing a concert if you're in front of the stage, that's the total eclipse, or if you're outside the hall, that's the partial eclipse. It's really impossible for me to tell you how dramatic and awesome a total eclipse is. It's a little like trying to explain the Grand Canyon. I can quote statistics, I can show you pictures, but if you've ever seen the Grand Canyon, when you actually see it with your own eyes, most people are speechless. Oh, wow. It is so incredible. And it's the same way with a total eclipse of the sun. So we're going to do our best to try and show you what a total eclipse is like. I have some video from previous eclipses. I would say that the video captures maybe 10% of what your eyes will see. The audio does a better job because when a total eclipse happens, it looks like the end of the world. People scream and they applaud and they cry. It is so eerie. You will remember that your whole life. So, as I've said, if you can possibly drive or travel to where the eclipse is total, do that. Let's imagine now that we could go to where the eclipse will be total. Here's what it'll be like on eclipse day. You're waiting and waiting until finally the moon takes a tiny bite out of the edge of the sun. It'll take more than an hour for the moon to slowly move in front of the sun. And as long as even a sliver of the visible surface of the sun is not covered by the moon, you've got to protect your eyes. These are not sunglasses. They're more than 1,000 times darker, and they're made specially for looking at the sun. If you can get a pair of tested and certified eclipse watching glasses, do it. If you can't, make a little hole in a piece of paper and hold a second piece of paper 2 or 3 feet away, and you'll see projected a tiny image of a partial eclipse. You can use anything with holes to make little images of the sun. Take the key from a hotel room. Light filtering through leaves of trees or light through the holes in a colander are equally good for making lots and lots of little eclipsed suns. Because even a sliver of the sun is so bright, until you get close to the total eclipse, you don't really see any change in the surrounding landscape. But then things do start to change faster and faster, and they get very strange. A few minutes before the total eclipse, all the colors of the landscape change. They acquire a strange silvery hue. And as it gets dark, you may see the planet Venus up there in the sky to the west of the sun. The moon's shadow is racing across the United States at 2 or 3 seconds per mile. And so if there are mountains behind you, 5 or 10 miles away, and they're to the north and to the west, you're going to see as the sky gets dark, the mountains vanish. And then you know it's coming, and all of a sudden you're enveloped by the total eclipse.
It's getting dark now, man.
The total part of the eclipse lasts a little over 2 minutes, and that will be the shortest 2 minutes of your life. Totality ends when a tiny bit of sun reappears and it looks just like a diamond ring shining at the edge of the moon with a little round circle of light.
Here it comes, diamond ring!
When the diamond ring happens, that's when you have to stop watching with just your eyes, protect your eyes with the eclipse watching glasses. You'll want to go and celebrate.